Hello, students. Welcome to week 7. Of course, this is College English 1. My name is Ernest Teacher, and in this week, we are focusing on Unit 3, Part 2. Okay? In the video, there are going to be 4 parts, of course. Part 1, I want to look at the homework from week 5. Part 2, we're going to focus on the lesson, Unit 3, Part 2. And then Part 3, I'm going to discuss the homework. And if we need more time, I will show you a video. So everybody, welcome again. And hopefully this is the last video. We will find out on maybe Monday or Tuesday if there's going to be more online classes or no more online classes. Are you happy? Are you sad? I don't know. Okay, so let's begin with the week 5's corrections. So I have 10 sentences here that I just randomly picked. So let's look at these 10 sentences. So if you can, everybody, I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper, okay? I'll wait for you. 기다리다가요. I'm waiting. All right, did you get a pen and a piece of paper? Okay, 했어? 잘했어. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I'm not kidding about the paper and pen, but please look at sentence number 1. Okay, write it down, everybody. So 먼저 같이 읽어. Let's read it together first, all right? Number 1 is take classes in the morning is so tired. Okay, so write it down. So obviously, the advice was something about taking your classes early in the morning, right? And so maybe this is student B, right? He said, take classes in the morning is so tired. So 어떻게 틀렸어? What's weird or incorrect about this sentence? So 생각해봐. This is an action, right? 하는 거, doing thing, right? And when we want to show action in English, what do we need to put? Okay, 반대로 for you. ing, right? We need ing, right? So, for example, so for example, run in the morning is so energy. 이상해, right? So take classes in the morning is so tired is same kind of strange. So I said ing. 어디서 ing? Where are we going to put the ing? So we're going to do, of course, ing in the first part, right? So taking classes, right, in the morning is so, and then are we finished? Is so tired? No, it's so tiring, right? Taking classes in the morning is so tiring, right? Because it's still some kind of action, right? So, 잘했어. Did you think? Okay, number 2. Can you read it with me? 같이 읽어. Let's read it. We don't have much time, so we can concentrate on the key parts as the main. Okay, we don't have much time, so we can concentrate on the key parts. This is a little bit weird to me. I don't know 두스모야 as the main. As the main what? I don't know what that little part means. But of course, this person is talking about cramming, right? Doing a cram study, right? So I think we can change this here. The first part sounds good. We don't have much time. Okay, let me add to study. Same. All right, so let's just say cramming helps us. I'm gonna change the word, not concentrate, but focus on the key parts of the let's just say class. Oh, okay, let me change it to lesson, right? We don't have much time to study, so cramming helps us focus on the key parts of the lesson. So we can concentrate on the key parts as the main I still as the main thing that we are studying. Okay, but I added to study it. Okay. It's it's more clean. It's more clear. The understanding of the sentence is much clearer. Okay. 어때 생각? What do you think? Okay, let's look at sentence number 3. Okay, can you read it with me? A student who is more productive in the evening can get a difficulty to concentrate in the morning. Okay, this part can get a difficulty. It's a little bit weird to me, right? A student who's more productive in the evening. That sounds good. Sounds good. So remember, push pause. I'll try to fix it. 혼자, try to fix it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay. Did you try? Did you push pause? Okay. A student who is more productive in the evening. Oops. In the evening can get a difficulty. Do you get difficulties? I don't think you get them, but you have them, right? Can have difficulty, and then ing, concentrating 언제 in the morning, right? So I think this is same idea, but a little more, because you can get difficulty, but most 보통 you have difficulty, right? So you can have difficulty concentrating in the morning, right? Okay, number 4. Okay, so 같이 읽어봐. Your negative habit, wake up late, must be overcome as soon as possible. Okay, push pause. Try to answer the question, or try to fix it. Your negative habit of waking up late must be overcome as soon as possible. So how could we change this? As soon as possible. Okay. Your negative habit. I think this I think this is the most. Okay, 이거 문장 괜찮아. It's okay, but it's a little bit weird. I think it would be better to put that. You must overcome your negative habit of waking up late as soon as possible. Right? I think this is just much more smooth, right? Your negative habit of waking up late must be overcome as soon as possible, or you must overcome your negative habit of waking up late as soon as possible. I think that's just much more flow, much smoother. Okay, let's look at question 5. No temuncha, no temuncha, no temuncha. That's not good. Okay, but 같이 읽어봐. If I wake up early, I can study with a normal mental. Okay, this part is 이상해. Maybe mental is Konglish, or maybe the Korean word is mental, but 영어, this doesn't make sense, right? This doesn't make sense in English exactly. So, let's just look here. 대문자, if I wake up early, early, mental. Okay, if I wake up early, my mind will be okay. What is normal? What is normal here? My mind will be alert and focused, maybe. So with a normal mental, what is a normal mental? A normal mental is an alert and focused mind, right? So my mind will be alert and focused. So I can't, if I wake, oh, no. I can't study. I won't be alert. Okay. Let's say my mind won't be alert and focused. Okay. This person, 일찍 일어나 싫어. 미안해. I can't study, right? So if I wake up early, my mind 안 있을 거예요, right? Won't be alert and focused, right? Okay. Let's look at number 6 here. So 같이 읽어봐. All right. I am always listening the lecture hard and taking notes. Okay. Just hard. It means 어려워, 맞아. But it also means 딱딱, right? So listen hard is like listen 딱딱. It doesn't mean 어려워 here. So that's kind of like a Konglish, or it's kind of a weird, not correct way to use it. So push pause, try to fix this sentence. Okay. And then listening and hard is hard is describing 어때 listening, right? So I want a different adjective, right? So maybe I am always hard listening. Hard isn't the right word. Maybe I'm always diligently. So diligently, right? I'm always diligently listening. Oops. Listening to, you're listening to my lectures and taking not one note, but notes, right? So I'm always diligently listening to my lectures and taking notes. And, I'm always listening to the lecture hard. It's a little bit weird, especially if this adjective is describing 어때 listening, right? So I'm always diligently listening to my lectures and taking notes. Okay, let's look at number 7. This is the way of study. This way of study doesn't give you useful knowledges. Okay, what is wrong with this sentence? It's okay, but there's one mistake. There's one mistake. Can you find it? Okay, push pause. Try to think of your answer. Okay, there's one mistake. Okay. And let's look here. I think it's a good sentence, but this way of study, what 어떤 way of study? I think they're talking about cramming, all right? This way of study doesn't give you useful. What is wrong? 아직 괜찮아. Knowledge, right? S 필요 없어, right? This is a non-count, right? No S, right? You have knowledge. You have knowledge, you have information, but knowledge is 없어, right? So that's the mistake here. Just that S. Okay, let's look at sentence number 8. Okay. Did you first? Okay, 같이 읽어. Let's read it first. If we take classes early in the morning, we'll spend a long day. So this part is good, right? But this part is not correct. Okay, so push pause and 혼자 try to fix this sentence. Right? If we take classes early in the morning, we'll spend a long day. So obviously taking classes early in the morning is the tema, is the theme here. So 어때? How would you fix this second part here? How would you fix that part? Okay. So if we take classes early in the morning, we will have more time during the day, during the afternoon. Day, afternoon. But they're saying daytime, right? So I think we will spend a long day. That's not exactly right, right? You have more time during the day. Okay, let's look at number 9 here. Almost finished. Wow, 너무 빨리 했어. Okay, let's look at number 9. So 먼저 let's read this together. It is more focused on places with a little noise like cafes than too quiet. Okay, no jam at the end of the sentence. And it is more, are things focused? No, it can't be, right? It has to be a saram. So maybe this is some spelling mistake, right? So focused on places with little noise. Okay, like cafes, then too quiet. So he's comparing, little noise places with too quiet places, right? So, okay, push pause. 혼자 생각해봐. Think about the answer. Try to fix the sentence here. Okay, did you get a chance to fix it? So let's see here. I am, right, much more focused, not on, but 어디서 안에. Let's say, no, at places with a little, 조금만, right, little bit, right, of noise, like cafes. Okay, I am much more focused at places with a little bit of noise than like cafes than I am at places that are too and let's move this up so you can see. So I am much more focused at places with a little bit of noise, like a little bit of noise, like cafes, than I am at places that are too quiet, right? So comparing, I'm more here, more than ding, 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 right? More and than ding, ding, ding. Okay. Magic Mark, last one here. So number 10. 같이 읽어. Let's read this together. But sometimes you have a problem, can't say to your close friends. Okay, I think this was about visiting a counselor or something. Right. But sometimes you have... Okay. Let's see here. Okay, push pause. Try to fix what's wrong here. This part is a little bit wrong, right? Problem can't to say, right? That is the weird part right here. So push pause, try to figure out the sentence here. How would you fix this sentence? Okay. So, okay, how would I do this? Okay. Oops. Okay, but sometimes you have a problem. We not say, but not I know say hagu model tell sounds similar, but it's not exactly the same thing, right? So sometimes you have a problem. You 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 can't tell your close friends about, right? So it's kind of like listen and hear, right? If you hear something, the 사람 is not paying attention, just 그냥 귀 안에 왔어, right? But if you listen to something, then you're focused and you're listening. It's like a little bit more 세게, right? So when you say something, you're just 그냥 말어, right? But when you're telling someone, it's like you're having a conversation and I'm telling them. So it's a little bit, it's say is not the exact right word, even though in Korean, 말어 is say and tell, but in English, to say and tell is it's difference, a little bit difference. There's a slight difference, right? I don't know. Let me see. Say, tell. Does the dictionary have any difference? So I don't know, but in my native ear, it's just different. Okay. Anyways, 잘했어. I want to say good job on your homework. Everybody has been doing a really, 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 really good job. Okay, so let's move forward here. So once again, week 7, congratulations, unit 3, part 2. So let's start with some review here. Okay, so we're going to listen to, remember we were talking about the barter network, right? We were talking about the barter network, but there is listening part 2, and somebody is going to be talking about the compact, right? Not the makeup, not the 화장품 compact, right? But a different kind of compact. 여기 있어. 이거 안 맞아. Yeah, 이거 compact. This compact. Right, this kind of compact. Right, not small, but this kind of compact. So they were talking about the compact, right? So that's going to be listening to. But before we do that, let's look at some of the vocabulary here. So we're going to read the statement and circle the best definition for the word right here, for the blue word here. So number 1, 같이 읽어. Let's read it together. When I don't have something I need, I can always borrow it from my neighbor. It's easy to give it back when I am done. So what does borrowing mean? Does, if I don't have something I need, right, if I can borrow it, of course that is not giving to someone because I don't have it. So the best answer, of course, is B, right? Get from someone temporarily, right? I'm just borrowing it. So let's look at number 2. My house is very crowded and full of stuff I don't need. I should clean it out. So if your house is 붐비다 with stuff that you don't need and you need to clean it out, then what is stuff? What is stuff? Right? Stuff is things, right? Items. Okay, 너무 쉬워, right? Sorry. Look at number 3. Let's read it together. Are you ready? Some things are necessities. An example is food because you can't live without it. Of course, you can't live without food, and that is a necessity. And of course, that is a thing you like to have or something that you must have. It is B, of course. Oop, let me move my head. Okay, let's look at number 4. 같이 읽어. I like new clothes, but to save money, sometimes I buy used clothes. They are cheaper, right? So we're talking about pande things, right? New is new, so then used is what? Best answer, B, right? So number 5, I bet 같이 읽어. I bet you would like the new computer I bought. It's really fast. So betting, right? Like poker, right? Betting. It's not that you know, but you're kind of guessing. But so, oh, miane. I think I know, right? So that is bet. Look at number 6. 같이, let's read this together. I only bought 2 things today, groceries and gas for my car. That's it. So that's it is like 다 끝, right? Good. No more. So which one is closer in meaning? Of course, that is B. I'm looking at my face right now. It's so dark. Okay, 미안해. I don't know why. Okay, so we're going to be listening to the compact now. So I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Oops. I want you to listen and think about these questions, right? 같이 읽어. The compact is a group of people who promised what, right? Members of the compact can buy new dang dang dang. The members of the compact think 이렇게, right? Members of the compact blank to get what they need. Mark needs to buy something. There are blank of members of the compact, and Natalie likes shopping for something. Okay, so go ahead and listen and try to fill in the answers.
Hi there, I'm Mark.
Oh, hi. I'm Natalie. It's nice to meet you.
So, Natalie, tell me, why did you decide to join the City Barter Network?
Oh, well, I was looking for someone to fix my car. Luckily, I found somebody, and now I think I'm going to barter for piano lessons, too. How about you?
Well, I'm looking for people to barter with because I belong to another group called the Compact.
The compact? What's that?
We're a group of people that made a compact. You know, like a promise. We promised not to buy anything new for a year.
No kidding. You aren't going to buy anything new for a whole year?
Well, actually, we can buy new necessities, things, that you need for your health and safety. For example, food and medicine.
That sounds hard. So why did you decide to do it?
Well, we decided that we were spending too much money on things. Clothes, cars, electronics. We think most people just have too much stuff. Stuff that they really don't need. We wanted to stop buying so much and learn to live with less.
I see. But you need to buy some things beside food and medicine. How do you get the other stuff you need?
Well, we either borrow things from other people, or we buy things used at thrift stores, or we barter for the stuff we need.
Huh. So how's it going? Are you keeping your promise?
Yeah, mostly, though sometimes we just have to buy something new when we can't borrow it or find it used. Like, for instance, I needed to buy some new paint for my house. But that's it so far.
Wow, I bet you're saving a lot of money. How many members are in the compact?
It started out with only 10 people, but now there are thousands of members all over the world. You should join us. You can do it online at our website.
Well, thanks, but I don't think I could do it. I like shopping too much, especially for new clothes. But hey, good luck.
Okay, just one more time, but this time I am going to add the subtitles. Okay?
Hi there, I'm Mark.
Oh, hi. I'm Natalie. It's nice to meet you.
So, Natalie, tell me, why did you decide to join the City Barter Network?
Oh, well, I was looking for someone to fix my car. Luckily, I found somebody, and now I think I'm going to barter for piano lessons too. How about you?
Well, I'm looking for people to barter with because I belong to another group called the Compact.
The compact? What's that?
We're a group of people that made a compact. You know, like a promise. We promised not to buy anything new for a year.
No kidding. You aren't going to buy anything new for a whole year?
Well, actually, we can buy new necessities, things, that you need for your health and safety. For example, food and medicine.
That sounds hard. So, why did you decide to do it?
Well, we decided that we were spending too much money on things. Clothes, cars, electronics. We think most people just have too much stuff. Stuff that they really don't need. We wanted to stop buying so much and learn to live with less.
I see. But you need to buy some things beside food and medicine. How do you get the other stuff you need?
Well, we either borrow things from other people, or we buy things used at thrift stores, or we barter for the stuff we need.
Huh. So, how's it going? Are you keeping your promise?
Yeah, mostly, though sometimes we just have to buy something new when we can't borrow it or find it used. Like, for instance, I needed to buy some new paint for my house. But that's it so far.
Wow, I bet you're saving a lot of money. How many members are in the compact?
It started out with only 10 people, but now there are thousands of members all over the world. You should join us. You can do it online at our website.
Well, thanks, but I don't think I could do it. I like shopping too much, especially for new clothes. But hey, good luck.
Okay. All right, what did you think? Give me 1 second. Okay, what did you think? Let me stop this. You can't hear it, but the fans on my computer are getting loud. Okay, so let's look here. What is the compact? It's a group of people who promise to do what? A or B? B, they promise not to buy anything, right? So remember, this compact is just a promise here. Of course, members of the compact can buy. What are the necessities? What are the things that they have to buy new? All right. Can you even buy used food? Ew, that's gross. Okay, look at number 3. The members of the compact think. What is their reasoning behind joining the compact? What is their philosophy or their idea? A or B? Of course, it is that most people have too much stuff they don't need, right? So let's look at number 4. Members of the compact blank to get what they need. How do they get all the things they need if they can't buy new things? What do they do? Yeah, they borrow, buy things used, or barter, right? So that's why this gentleman, Mark, is joining the barter network, right? Listening number 1. So number 5, Mark needs to buy. In the story, the example, he said, well, I needed to buy something new. What is it that he needed to buy new? Do you remember? Yeah, it was paint for his house, right? And number 6, there are blank members of the comp. How many are there? There are thousands now. It started with 10 and there are thousands. And Natalie's like, no way, I can't do that, right? I like shopping. What does she like to shop for? New clothes. Okay, so if you look in the picture, this is a very nice, what kind of kage is this? What is this? It's a thrift store. It's a used store. So, do you know the Salvation Army? If you come to Suwon campus, uh, uh, later, anyways, Kakoa, it's pretty close. There is the Salvation Army, and you can buy used things, right? And I think there's Salvation Armies in Seoul. That is the only thrift store that I know. This is different than a boutique shop, right? Boutique shop, pizza, thrift store, sada, right? It's cheap, or should be cheap, right? So that's good for
Hi there.
comprehension.
I'm
Story number one. So if you were listening to the story, we're going to talk about emphasis, right? And stress, right? What is emphasis? Emphasis, right? Right? Emphasis, right? And then, of course, not, I think, ego 같은 stress, right? This kind of stress, intonation, pitch, right? Emphasis and stress, right? So, of course, putting emphasis or putting stress, 미안해, is like higher or longer or louder sounds, right? So, Yogi, listen to this. Yogi, anything year can 하고 need, right? Listen to this again and hear that. Just listen for that stress. Listen for that emphasis.
No kidding. You aren't going to buy anything new for a whole year?
Well, actually, we can buy new necessities, things, that you need for your health and safety. For example, food and medicine.
So when she said, "What? You can't buy anything for a whole year?" Anything means she's like shocked, right? And then year is like a long time. So that's why she put the stress there. But the man is like saying, no, 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 괜찮아, no, 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 no. We can buy new necessity, things that you need to buy, right? So, PD 없는 things, I'm not talking about those things. So he put the emphasis here on can and need, right? So you can hear that emphasis plays a role in showing what is the key parts of your sentence here, right? So let's listen one more time. And can you hear, what does the man emphasize? What word does the woman emphasize, and why, right? What does the man emphasize? What does the woman emphasize? So just listen.
Well, we decided that we were spending too much money on things. Clothes, cars, electronics. We think most people just have too much stuff. Stuff that they really don't need. We wanted to stop buying so much and learn to live with less.
I see. But you need to buy some things beside food and medicine. How do you get the other stuff you need?
Okay, 한 번 더. This time I'm going to put the subtitles.
Well, we decided that we were spending too much money on things. Clothes, cars, electronics. We think most people just have too much stuff. Stuff that they really don't need. We wanted to stop buying so much and learn to live with less.
I see. But you need to buy some things beside food and medicine. How do you get the other stuff you need?
So, what was emphasis? What did the guy say? We need to buy some things, right? And she said, some, right? And he said things to emphasize buying stuff. And she said some to emphasize that there must be something you need. Okay, let's look at example number 2. And you know what? I'm going to move my face. Sorry.
Huh. So how's it going? Are you keeping your promise?
Yeah, mostly. Though sometimes we just have to buy something new when we can't borrow it or find it used. Like, for instance, I needed to buy some new paint for my house. But that's it so far.
Okay, one more time. Let me put in those subtitles.
Huh. So, how's it going? Are you keeping your promise?
Yeah, mostly. Though sometimes we just have to buy something new when we can't borrow it or find it used. Like, for instance, I needed to buy some new paint for my house. But that's it so far.
Okay. So what was being emphasized there? What did the man emphasize? So have, right? He had to emphasize the necessity of buying some things. All right, good job. Listening skill. So just reviewing, right? So we want to look at this list of goods and services, right? So we have car, clean someone's house. So kachi, car, clean someone's house, clothes, computer, fix a television, food, give someone piano lessons, medicine, paint someone's house, walk someone's dog. Which of these are items that you buy, and which of these are services that you receive? So go ahead in your textbook, Isamun, or pen and paper, go ahead and write down which one is which. Of course, so Kachi, let's look here. Car, of course, is a good. Right? Clothes. Yeah, clothes are good. What about computer? That's good. Fix the television. Ooh. Okay, 잠깐만. Let's hold. What about food? Yeah, that's good. And what about medicine? Yeah. And then what then are the services? Of course, fix the television, give someone piano lessons, paint someone's house, and walk someone's dog. So, how does the barter network sound to you? Sound like something you want to do, or does it sound kichanta? What do you think? Okay, you know, it's okay. So go ahead. So just really quickly again here, how many members of the compact get goods and services they need? Write each good and service from the okay, so we have another list of goods and services, right? And so this is kind of listening. So buy new, buy used or borrow, and barter, right? So what are the things, of course, from this list, right? What are the things that people in the barter network or in the compact, right? What are the things that people in the compact can buy new? So the man, what of course can he buy new? What is it? Okay, so it is food and medicine, right? So then we got food and medicine. So we're looking at things, right? So what does he buy used, or what could he borrow? Of course, we got clothes. What is something else that he can buy used or borrow? What do you think? So what are the answers? Of course, cars and computer, right? And what are the barter? Of course, barter is services. So what are the services that we see listed in here? Of course, clean someone's house. What are the other services? Right, fix the television, paint someone's house, give some piano lessons, paint someone's house, and walk someone's dog. Okay, so hopefully you did that. It doesn't have to be in this order, but good job. Okay. Okay, let's skip that here. So I want to focus on speaking. This is vocabulary review. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the dialogue between A and B. Right, we're going to read the dialogue, and in the B section there is some empty spot. Right, you can see here, and we have a clue, 문맥 clue, context clue, and so we're going to use the clue to try to tell us what we can fill the spot with. So let's look at these new vocabulary words. 같이. So everybody 같이 읽어. Let's read this together. Be interested in, right? Be interested in. Borrow, borrow. Equal, equal. exchange. So remember exchange, right? I bet, necessities, services, spend, stuff, that's it, used, and valuable. So number one has our example. I bought a chair at a thrift store yesterday. Remember, used store? It isn't new, but it's very nice. Do you really like to buy things? So it's used things, right? So look at number two, right? It'll go by. This sweater is too big. I need to take it back to the store and trade it for a smaller one. Does the store let you blank things? So what is the right one? So think about it. All right, if you need to push pause. Okay, push pause now and try to do all of the answers. Okay, so what is the answer here for number two? Exchange, right? Similar to the word trade. So look at number three together, right? Do you want to go shopping? I need to get some things for my apartment. No thanks, I already have too much. What is similar to things, of course? What is it? All right, I have too much stuff, right? Okay, look at number four. I wish I knew how to do something useful like fixing cars. Yeah, you're right. Fixing cars is a skill. What kind of skill is it? What kind of skill is it? Of course, it is a valuable skill, right? Look at number five. I need to buy a new MP3 player and download some new songs. Really? Are an MP3 player and new music really 필요 없어. Necessities. Right? He said I need, right? And so we're going to use the 문맥. What is need, right? This book is old, so of course everybody have a phone now. All right, and number six, I don't want to pay a lot of money for a television. How about you? What do you want to? So we're gonna pay. So how much do you 얼마나? How much do you want to 돈 내나? What is the 돈 내나? Similar as pay. Of course, that is how much do you want to spend, right? Look at number seven here. That department store does so many things for you. They even have personal shoppers, people who help you choose what to buy. Yay, they do offer a lot of, they do so many things. They have a lot of what? Oh, yeah. They have a lot of services, right? Remember, service, Konglish means free, but 미국에, they don't use the word only Konglish. I've never heard service in America, like free meaning. Anyways, number 8. Do you think these two cameras are the same? Yeah, I think they're pretty 비슷해. They're pretty, which one is equal? Okay, look at number 9. My car broke down. Can I use yours to get to school today? Sure, you can. Can I use yours? 빌려드려요? Which one is that? Of course, it's borrow, right? Number 10, I'm thinking about taking a class. I want to learn more about saving money. That sounds good. Maybe I will join you. I will blank that as well. I want to 싶어. I blank that as well. 싶어. I am, well, yeah, I am interested in, right? That's the closest, right? Number 11, you mentioned that you mentioned that new movie. I think I know what you want to do tonight. I bet you do. And number 12, we need some milk and eggs from the store. That 많이 아니야, right? It's not a lot. We really need that much? That's it. We really don't need that much. Okay. 잘했어. Thank you. Sorry, that was too long. Okay, here is the Barter Network newsletter, and they are talking about something called free cycle, right? So, 어때 생각? What does free cycle mean? So, you know free, right? You know free, and you know the word recycle. So, what do you think free cycle is? Okay, go ahead, listen, and 같이 읽어, right? So listen and read along. Are you ready? I'm gonna move my face. Okay, listen.
The Barter Network newsletter by Carol Meyer. This week's money-saving tip, Free Cycle. Last week I wrote about thrift stores, where you can get a good price on used items and save lots of money. But an even better way to save money is Free Cycle. Free Cycle is an online group. People give away things they don't need anymore, for free. Other people get things they need, for free, so they don't have to pay an arm and a leg. When you join Free Cycle, you select a group that is near you. There are groups all over the world, in 85 countries, so there is probably a group near you. After you join, you can see lists of items that people are giving away near your home. People list all kinds of things: furniture, clothes, artwork, electronics, and more. You may need something that you can't afford to buy, but on Free Cycle, it's free. What a great bargain! Another way to save money is to go to flea markets where people sell stuff cheap. Some people like to bargain with the sellers. I got a good deal last weekend at a flea market on a jacket. At first, the seller asked $100 for it, but I bargained with him until he agreed to take only $50. But my friend got an even better deal. She used Free Cycle and got a jacket for free, no cost. And the jacket was worth a lot of money. At Free Cycle or at a flea market, you may have to spend some extra time looking for what you want, but it can be a lot of fun. You can also save a lot of money. It's really worth it.
All right, of course, it's worth it to get free stuff, right? So we're talking about two different things here. Free cycle, and of course, flea markets, right? So just for fun, I want to show you this. Will it come up? Okay, this is a famous website. Of course, this is Craigslist. And there is a Craigslist site for every big city. So this is Craigslist Korea for Seoul. And if you go to this website, it's like a buying and selling site, right? So if you want to find an apartment, if you want to find a job, if you want some community stuff, if you want some services, but they have for sale and they have a free section. So let's see what is free. So, oh my gosh, you can get a kitten for free right now. This was posted on April 24th, today. You can get a king-size bed frame. You can get a free TV stand. This was in Hwasong. A free single bed frame. Free mats. Anything else? Free umbrellas. Free dolls. Free closet wardrobe. This thing right here. All right, some cool things that you can get for free. So there is, there's some, I'm sure there's a Korean website, but you can get those things for free. Or you can try to buy things at a flea market, right? And here is a Korean flea market, right? Usually on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, just little indie shops selling, new or used things at the flea market there, and you can get good deals, right? So they're introducing new vocabulary words right here: arm and leg, bargain, afford, to bargain, good deal, cost, worth, worth, right? So let's look at those new vocabulary words. And here are some examples of flea markets in Korea, right? So what does it mean to pay an arm and a leg, right? So we have these choices here. So 먼저 같이 읽어봐. To pay an arm and a leg, to afford, a bargain, to bargain, to get a good deal, to cost, to be worth it, to be worth, and to be worth it, right? So just remember, 이거 something meaning is different, right? Even though it seems 비슷해, there's a difference in meaning. So to pay an arm and a leg, what does it mean? So this side, 같이 읽어봐. Let's read this. To have a particular value, to have a particular price, to have enough money to pay for something, to get a good price on something, to spend a lot of money, to discuss the price of something you are buying, to be good to do even though you made an effort, and something you buy for less than the usual price. So what is it to pay an arm and a leg? So it's a funny expression in America, but to pay an arm and a leg is a lot of money, right? Way arm and a leg, because those are PDL. If you lose that, 불편해, it's difficult. So it's a lot of money, right? Just like paying a lot of money. And then if you can to afford something, if you can afford it, of course that means, I can afford it. I can afford to buy a new cup at Daiso. Here's my Chun cup from Daiso, right? I can afford it. I can pay for it. With my cheap grind coffee, right? All right, and then here we got a bargain and two bargains. So if it is a bargain, we're saying that you got a good price. I got a bargain on this. It was only $1 at Daiso. But then two bargain is what? Two bargain, of course, is to 같이 좀 깎아주세요, right? Two bargain is to like negotiate or discuss the price, right? And then to get a good deal on something, of course, is something you buy for less than the usual price, right? I got a good deal. Is there anything? I got a good deal on this mouse. I bought it online and it was 20% off discount, right? Leal, I can't remember. Just gotcha. Just fake. All right. And then to cost, of course, means to have a particular price, right? And then to be worth it and to be worth, right? What is the difference? If it's to be worth, right? We're talking about it has some kind of value, right? How much is this cup worth, right? I bought it for Chun, but if I'm trying to sell it used, maybe it's worth Obek one. How much is it worth, right? A particular price. And to be worth it means G, right? To be good to do, even though you made an effort, right? Was it worth it for me to buy this cup? It was worth it because now I can use it in my office, right? Okay. So we have a lot of these new vocabulary words, right? Here are the old vocabulary words. Here are the new vocabulary words. So I want you to look. Well, we're in a small group, so I'm just pretend you and me that we are talking together, okay? You and me, we're talking together. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer those questions. Okay, so look at number 1. So I'm going to ask, okay, and then I want you to answer, right? Do you like to bargain with sellers when you shop? Do you like to, 조금 깎아주세요? Do you like to bargain with sellers when you go shopping? Yeah. Do you bargain when you buy from street vendors, from street sellers? When I go shopping, I don't really like to bargain that much because it's difficult for me to bargain. And then when I talk to street vendors, I think in Korea, mostly the price is set. So there's not that much bargaining. So I will usually bargain if I'm buying multiple things, right? If I'm buying two, three, four things from one person, then I'll, hey, 아저씨 조금 깎아주세요. I'll ask. But if I'm buying just one thing, I think the price is set. So it just depends. Sometimes, mostly not. Okay. Do you like to buy things? Okay, let me ask you, and you answer. Hey, do you like to buy things used? What are some things that you like to buy used, and what are some things you never buy used? So, hey, do you like to buy used things? Oh, really? Yeah. So, what are things that you like to buy used, and what are things that you never buy used? Okay. So, Ernest teacher's answer. You're gonna ask me, do you like to buy things used? Yeah, I like to buy things used when I can, but of course, I'm trying to think, what do I like to buy used? Of course, I like to buy new, but what do I like to buy used? What did I ever buy used? Okay, 미안해. 지금 I can't think of anything I like to buy used because in Korea it's hard for me to buy things used. Okay, toys, I guess. You buy some used toys. Okay, number 3. Name a store or place to shop that you think has good bargains. So what stores or shops do you think have good deals, have good bargains? Ernest teacher thinks that if you go to Hongdae, that there are lots of no brand clothing stores that have good bargains, right? I like to go to, I think Hanaru Mart has good bargains on food, right? I think it's cheaper than Home Plus. Okay. All right, number 5. Do you have a lot of stuff in your house? Okay, I think you answered that question for homework already. Right? Okay, number 6. Name something you own that was cheap to buy. How much did it cost? Right? Ernest teacher bought this cup. It was pretty cheap. I bought this gadget bag. Right? Just holds my cables. I think this was pretty cheap. I think this was Iman. I think it was Iman. I think that's pretty cheap for this kind of bag. Do you own something that is worth more now than when you bought it? That is worth more now than you bought it. Yeah. Do I? More now than when I bought it? I'm not a good collector, so I don't own things that are worth more now than the price that I originally bought it. Okay, good job. Oh, 미안해. My face was there. Okay, so let's go forward in the lesson. So this is the main grammar lesson, and pay attention because this is also part of the homework, the 숙제 part. So let's look at, I know 미안해 because it's all kind of lots of words, but just focus right here. It says, I need to find a cheaper place to shop. Right? 같이 읽어봐. I need to find a cheaper place to shop. And then look at the second sentence here. The department store is bigger than the thrift store, right? So what I want to look at is what is the adjective, right? Adjective. right? We want to talk about the adjective, right? Adjective. What is the adjective in the sentence? And what is the adjective describing? Of course, the adjective is this cheaper, right? And bigger, right? And cheaper what? Cheaper place, right? Bigger what? Department store, right? Bigger store, right? Bigger store. So, of course, describes place and describes department store, right? So that is rule number 1, right? We're talking about comparative adjectives, right? So, hope so. Okay, but anyways, we're talking about comparative, right? Comparative, more than, right? Less than, right? Cheaper than. So, of course, cheaper than, bigger than, right? So, we use the comparative form of the adjective to compare two people, places, or things. And we use than before the second person, place, or thing, right? This car is cheaper than that one, right? This cup is cheaper than a Mercedes Benz, right? This cup is pretty cheap. So we use than, right? So of course, 언제 right? We use the er when it's a short one syllable word. So cheap becomes what? Old becomes what? Close becomes what? Right? Cheap becomes cheaper. Old becomes older. Remember R. Close becomes closer, right? And then, of course, if it's a syllable that ends in a consonant sound, so big becomes bigger, hot becomes hotter, and you double the letter. Okay, and if it ends in Y, you change to IER, right? So easy becomes easier, funny becomes funnier, right? And some we have isang, we have irregular comparative forms like good, better, right? Good, better, best, right? Good, bad, worse, right? So we have the isang, right? And of course, akka here we said, of course, one syllable is er, but if it's more than one syllable, then we add more, right? So no service is more valuable than another one, right? So valuable, right? It's 3-syllable word, so it's more valuable. Or the pande opposite, of course, is less, right? Less valuable, right? Used clothes are less expensive than new clothes, right? Expensive, right? 3-syllable word, so more or less for multi-syllable words, right? And er for 1 syllable, double the consonant for consonant sounds, and Y sounds change to IER, right? And then isang, right? So that's, I think this is review. You know this already. So that's what we want to do is we want to compare two things, right? So let's look at this car. Let's look at this car here. And let me move my face. Okay, let's look at this car and let's look at this car, right? So introducing the new Indulge, right? Buy a new Indulge and drive in comfort, style, and safety for only $50,000, right? $50,000, right? And then me. This is the week special, a used Pee-wee. This Pee-wee is almost new and it runs great. It gets excellent gas mileage and it's on sale now for only $4,000. So we have two totally different styles of cars, right? So what kind of car is this? Do you know the name for this style of car? Of course, this car is an SUV, right? So we have an SUV versus what kind of car is this? Do you know the name? It's a compact car, right? And the other difference is, of course, this one is new, right? And this car is almost new, so it is used, right? So we got a used car. So new car, used car, right? SUV, compact car. So we have some of these nice describing words, right? We have some of these nice words. So I want to compare the Indulge and the Peewee. So let's look at the example here. The Indulge is bigger than the Peewee. So bigger than, right? It's bigger than the Peewee. Oh my gosh. The Indulge is more expensive than the Peewee. Is more expensive. So look at these here. How would you compare the Indulge and Peewee? So let's look at these words here. Bad for the environment. Of course, which one takes more gas? Which one is bad for the environment? So what do you think? So I would think, right, this here, right? The Indulge is isang. The Indulge is worse for the environment than the Peewee, right? Which one is, okay, talk, we did it here. Which one is tall sada to drive? Which one here? So we would say the Peewee is cheaper to drive than the Indulge, right? Or the Indulge is more expensive to drive than the Peewee. Which one is more comfortable? Right? I don't know. I think maybe Amado. I think the Indulge is more comfortable to drive than the Peewee because you are sitting higher, right? So you can see more. Or the Peewee is more comfortable to drive because it has a better turning ratio. Which one is easier to park? Of course, the Peewee is probably easier to park. Okay, 혼자, expensive. 어때? What do you think? Okay. All right, of course, you can buy more than 10 Peewees for the price of one Indulge, right? Which one do you think is better for a big family? Which one do you think is nicer? Which one, of course, do you think is older, right? We have and So which one do you think is older? And which car do you think is safer? Okay, so good job, everybody. Okay, we are almost at the end. Just one more thing that we want to discuss. Okay, this is just quick. 재미있는 pronunciation, 발음, right? I want to talk about numbers really quickly because, of course, we're talking about comparing, and when we compare things, we often talk about the price of things, right? So, everybody, 같이 count to 20 with me. So, count to 20. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, right? So just remember 영어, I don't know why, but 11, 12, and then we get to the teens, right? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So what is a teenager? Do you know what is a teenager? This is 미국 age, someone who's between 13 years old and 19 years old, right? that is a teenager. Someone whose age, 나이, is 13까지 19 is a teenager. And why do we say teenager? Because 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so anyways, I want you to listen because I know 한국 사람, they have a hard time hearing the difference between 13 and 30, right? Between 14 and 40 and 15 and 50. So just listen.
13, 30, 16, 60, 19, 90.
Okay. So you heard that difference, right? And so, when we're talking about money, right, there's kind of two ways to talk about money. There's the 길게, there's the long way, and then there's the short way. You know, in Korea, when I first came to Korea, you know, someone would be like, 이거 얼마예요, right? And then I'd be like, oh, 천. And they're like, 뭐? 천. And then they're like, 천 뭐, right? And I'm like, oh, 천 won, right? In Korea, you must say 천 won to talk about cost, right? To talk about the price of something. But in English, you could just say, you know, $1, right? Or you can say 5. How much is that? It's 5, you know? Oh, it's 10. You don't have to always say dollar, right? So when we're talking about money, there's kind of two ways. So Yogi, just listen, and here's an example, okay?
$4.29, 4.29, $53.99, 53.99.
So you can see that sometimes, we don't always have to add the word dollar, right? 4.29. How much is that? It's 4.29. You know, how much is that? It's 53.99. So we don't always add. But if we're talking using the full English, it's $53.99, right? And so whenever we talk about money, the and is always the 점, right? It's $4.29, right? So that's how it is. So I want you to listen here. 어때? Which one are they saying? Are they saying 13 or 30? So listen, and you pick which one they're saying. Are you ready?
One,
13,
2,
40,
3,
50,
4,
16,
5,
70,
6,
18,
7,
19,
Okay, 잘했어? One more time.
1,
13,
2,
40,
3,
50,
4,
16,
5,
70,
6,
18,
7,
19.
Okay, so what are the answers? Of course, these are the answers. They said 13, 40, 50, 16, 70, 18, 19. So 같이 just 말해봐 with me. 13, 30, 14, 40, 15, 50, 16, 60, 17, 70, 18, 80, 19, 90. Okay, 한부터 one more 시험, but now we're talking 돈, money. Okay, can you answer how much? So fill in the blank. There's 5. Are you ready? Here we go.
1,
$7. $7.50. $7.50.
2,
$83.25. $83.25.
3,
$319.40. $319.40.
4,
$16.99. $16.99.
5,
$1,500. $1,500.
Okay, 한부터 one more time.
1,
$7.50. $7.50.
2,
$83.25. $83.25.
3,
$319.40. $319.40.
4,
$16.99. $16.99.
5,
$1,500. $1,500.
Okay, did you get those answers? Of course, the answers are $7.50, $7.50, $83.25, $83.25, $319.40, $319.40, $16.99 or $16.99, $1,500 or $1,500. So, how much do you usually spend on a haircut? How much? 3만 won? 30,000 manwon? How much do you usually spend? 40,000 manwon? 50,000 manwon? 100,000 manwon? How much do you spend on a haircut? Ernest teacher, I spend 0. Right? I do my own. How much do you spend on a movie ticket? How much is a movie? I haven't seen a movie in a long time. How much do you spend on your phone bill? I think, Ernest teacher, I spend about 40,000 won a month, 35,000 won a month. How much do you usually spend on a meal in a restaurant? Okay, look at this. This is, what is this, kimbap nara? How much do you usually spend? I usually buy one dish and one kimbap. So kimbap is more, it's expensive now, right? 2,500, right? For like chamchi or donkasu kimbap or kimchi kimbap. And then a dish is like 6,000, 7,000. So I spend almost manwon every time I go to kimbap nara, right? Oh my gosh. How much do you spend on a meal in a restaurant? Okay. All right, we're done. Lesson is over. Okay, now we have homework time, okay? Your homework, of course, is due in 1 week, right? Your homework is due in 1 week. And okay, so what I want to do is go back here. So we're talking about comparing, right? The ER, more than, right? And we compared this car and this car. We did the comparison things. So what I want you to do is, for homework, So, oh, 미안해. Oop. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is your homework document. Okay. What I want you to do, of course, make sure you put your first name, your hakbun. Everybody, please write the date. I don't know why, but many people are forgetting to write the date. So put the date that you're writing. Of course, choose your class. Okay, and 같이 읽어봐. This is the homework assignment. Pretend you are a YouTuber. I want you to compare two similar products. Okay. Okay, I want you to compare two similar products. Tell me which product you'd recommend and why. So look at the list below for points of comparison. Use any 3, and you can also use your own points. So, I have some words to help you, like more comfortable, right? This is more comfortable, that one. This one is easier to use than that one. This one is metal and this one is plastic, right? What is the materials, right? I think this one looks really cool, and this one, it looks okay. It doesn't look bad, but it's not as cool, right? Oh, this one feels smooth. This one feels soft. This one feels blah, 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 more than ding, ding, right? Feature, right? My iPhone does not have night mode, but the newer iPhones have this feature called night mode, right? There's different features, right? Durability is strength, right? I don't like that the back of my phone is glass. It's less durable. The glass can break if I drop it on the floor, right? Durability. Of course, if you're comparing two different macaroon from one macaroon store, you're going to talk about the taste, size, of course. AirPods are so small. That's why they're so great, right? And then, of course, price can be a factor. Of course, when you're comparing things, do not talk about things that are the same, right? Talk about the factors that are different. And of course, you can use your own point. Right? It doesn't have to be these. You can make your own 맘대로. You can make your own. So I'm looking at my desk, and I am going to compare my headphones right here to my Bluetooth speaker, right? So I'm going to compare my headphones to my Bluetooth speaker, right? It's just random. I don't know why they're both blue color. Maybe I like blue. Na 몰랐어. I didn't know, but they're both blue. Okay, so the headphones, these are called the Jabra. So, yeah, these are called the Jabra Move 2 headphones, and this is the JB. This is the JBL. Oh, 여기 있잖아. This is the JBL Flip 5 Bluetooth speaker. Okay, so I have the two things that I'm comparing, right? The Jabra Move 2 headphone and the JBL Flip 5 Bluetooth speaker. So what I want you to do is introduce yourself, right? So 안녕. So hello, people of YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Ernest Tech Talk. Okay, so my channel is Ernest Tech Talk. Today I have today I have a comparison for you. Something you guys have been asking me a lot about. I will compare the Jabra Move 2 headphones with the JBL Flip 5 Bluetooth. Oops. My spelling. Bluetooth speaker. They are totally they have totally different functions, but they both play music. Okay, so what can I compare? What can I compare? So features. Okay, so let's say here. I think my Jabra Bluetooth headphones are easier to use than the JBL Bluetooth speaker. Both use Bluetooth technology, but the headphones also have wired connection, and the head battery life is over 12 hours with JBL about 8. Okay, so I did one comparison. I think these headphones are easier to use because, of course, they have this is Bluetooth, but it also has a wired connection, and the battery lasts longer, right? So I talked about ease of use, right? So ding, ding, ding. You're going to do point 2 and point 3 and then conclusion, right? So you're going to say something like, so which should you buy? They are for totally different people. I would recommend the headphones if you mostly listen to music. No. Leal. Okay, Leal. Right. If I had to choose one, I would recommend the JBL speakers over the Jabra headset. The headset is nice because the battery lasts longer and condition, but I think being to stick with friends sets the JBL speaker apart. Yes, it costs 3 times, but you get time usability. Okay, something like that, right? So, Lear, if I had to choose, I would pick the JBLs. Not that it matters, but anyways, I want you to pretend you're a YouTuber, compare 2 things. I don't care what you compare. If you want to compare, if you compare 2 things that are nomobusite, then it becomes auto-wall, right? It becomes difficult. So try to compare things that are different, right? So maybe something cheap and something expensive, then you have a lot to talk about. They have different features, they have different functions. These are both music listening devices, but they have different functions. If you want to compare Kimbap Nada and Veeps, right, as 2 different restaurants, they're both restaurants, but they're totally different kinds of restaurants, right? So I don't care I'm going to 2 things that you want to compare, and then just use the comparison points and do that. Okay, so one more time. All right. I want you guys to send in your homework. Just remember, you have 1 week to email me your homework, and maybe I will see you in May. So maybe or maybe not. All right. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.